Born in 1900, Martin Lecián quickly developed a reputation for stealing from his classmates and teachers at school. One of 10 children, Lecián's mother died in a mental institution when he was young, while his father was known as a drunk and brawler that rarely cared for his children and would often beat them. In order to get by, Lecián resorted to stealing and joined the circus for a brief period, while his sisters turned to prostitution. After a number of incidents, Martin Lecián was sent to reform school, where he stayed until he was 18. Immediately after his release, he returned to stealing. In 1922, Lecián was drafted into the Czechoslovak army, despite his height of 5'3" being considered insufficient. During his time with the 31st Border Battalion, Lecián had been disciplined 4 times and attempted to flee 5 times. In 1926, Lecián was sent to hospital with tuberculosis. On December 10, he would escape with 2 other prisoners and began committing armed robberies in Moravia. Oftentimes, he would shoot at the guards. On January 19, 1927, during a burglary in the town of Slavkov-Uberna, Martin Lecián shot and killed police officer Rudolf Hanak after the officer interrupted the heist. A month later, he murdered another guard in similar circumstances. In February, while on a train, Lecián was identified by a guard. He shot the guard several times and then jumped out of the moving train. It was at this time that a significant reward was being offered for his capture, while the public celebrated Lecián. They would write songs about him and marvel at his courage. Folk legend described him as a beautiful, slender, elegant and childishly laughing robber, a cavalier who bravely looted the vaults of the rich and masterfully avoided the hard blow of justice. Due to his growing fame, Lecián began wearing disguises and continued his criminal activities. On March 8, Lecián shot and killed a guard named Antonin Stuchly during a random document check. The guard was recently married and was expecting a child. This act seemed to have tarnished Lecián's image with the public. Shortly after, he also killed and shot a military chief. This made armed soldiers and guards more determined to arrest the thief turned killer. Over the next month, Lecián would be involved in multiple firefights, including one where he was hit and wounded but managed to escape. On April 23, Martin Lecián was finally captured by 2 police officers in Novi Bohumín. Months of investigation followed, and then a 6-day trial. On September 3, Lecián was sentenced to death. It was found that he had committed a total of 104 crimes, including 69 robberies, 4 murders, and 6 attempted murders. Lecián was afraid of being arrested, and it is said that if you did not approach him with the slogan, "One Red Rose," he would immediately draw his gun. Lecián refused to communicate with his defense attorney and accepted the verdict because of his tuberculosis, only giving him a few more years to live. On September 25, despite heavy security, Lecián and another prisoner tried to escape the prison. He stole the rifle of a guard and killed him. A shootout broke out in the hallway of the prison. Over 100 shots were fired, and then Lecián surrendered, after he determined that there was no way he was going to escape. On October 6, 1927, Martin Lecián was executed by hanging at the courtyard of the military prison. As the hangman adjusted the noose, Lecián shouted, "In an hour, the devil will be cleaning the chimney with my body. I'll make a good broom for him."